Hi, I'm Beth.
And I'm Ashley, and we work at the Cookeville History Museum. Today, we're going to take you on a tour through our exhibit, Stories of Cookeville Music. It is about Cookeville natives that got their start in Cookeville and went on to do bigger and better things in their music career.
I think that we should say hello to one of our wonderful volunteers. This is Nancy. Hi, Nancy.
Everyone.
This section of our exhibit is about the Cluster Pluckers and the Ballinger family band. Dale and Chris Ballinger have lived in Cookeville for a long time, and the Cluster Pluckers are a quartet of singers that have been together since 1980. They have performed with all kinds of amazing people, a lot of whom you've heard of, like Chet Atkins and Johnny Cash. And also they've played in wonderful places all around the world, and Japan and Scotland, and right here in Tennessee at the Ryman Auditorium, the Grand Ole Opry, and of course in New York City at Carnegie Hall. We're so lucky to have Dale and Chris Ballinger and their son Ethan as part of our Cookeville musical heritage.
A big influence on the Cluster Pluckers was Frazier Moss, who was born in Jackson County but lived all his life in Cookeville, and in the mid-70s was named the National Fiddle Champion, considered by some one of the highest honors for amateur fiddle players. Although Moss never played much professionally, he earned respect by the best in country music, including Roy Acuff.
Music has always been at the forefront of education at Tennessee Tech, at Polytechnic Institute, and the Bryan Symphony Orchestra and the Tennessee Tech Tuba Ensemble are two very common popular names that you'll hear when you think of Tennessee Tech and music.
Hoot, hoot, hoot! Who hasn't heard of Jake Hoot in Cookeville? He was the winner of season 17 of The Voice.
It was so exciting. The whole town watched together week after week as Jake got closer. First, he was chosen, right,
He was on Kelly Clarkson's team.
Kelly Clarkson. He was chosen by Kelly Clarkson. How exciting is that? And then he moved up, and other people were being eliminated, and Jake Hoot hung right in there.
And Cookeville kept voting and voting him higher and higher.
Yes, it was so exciting. And then the end of it, as we all know, Jake was the big winner. You can still catch Jake around town every now and then, but he's awful busy.
He's very larger than life. He still comes to Cookeville and performs for us at our big 4th of July celebrations.
Yes, we have a lot of fun with Jake, and we're lucky to have him consider Cookeville as his hometown. At 10 a.m. on July 20th, 1940, at a small studio on Cookeville's Courthouse Square, an engineer raised his hand and flipped a switch. A voice spoke just over 50 words and put the small town of Cookeville, Tennessee on the national radio map forever. Luke Medley founded WHUB on July 20th, 1940, and it was one of the first small market radio CBS affiliates in the country, and the first station to serve the Upper Cumberland. It's been around now for a long time. WHUB is still on the air, and thanks to Luke Medley and the Medley family and everything that they brought to Cookeville, Tennessee back in 1940.
A decade ago, Cookeville native Judah Akers couldn't play guitar, and these days he's making a career in music, songwriting, recording, performing as the lead vocalist and guitarist with the folk band Judah and the Lion. Judah attended Belmont University on a baseball scholarship where he suffered an injury. During that time, he started to learn how to play guitar. He formed his band with his other mates at Belmont, and they became the trio Judah and the Lion.
We're so lucky to have Judah and have him come from Cookeville. And they came to Fall Fun Fest several years ago. We all got to enjoy that. And they just keep getting more popular and more famous as time goes on. And Judah from right here in Little Cookeville, Tennessee.
You can probably catch him on TV or YouTube too.
That's right. Big names have come to Cookeville over the years. Here is a board where we have put up some Post-it notes, and our guests have told us all of the different fun shows that they've seen right here in Cookeville. The unfortunate loss of Elvis Presley affected many of his fans, especially those at Tennessee Tech awaiting his performance in 1977. The King was booked to play Tech before his death in a decision by students based on a poll. After much negotiation between Elvis's agents and Ron Rami, then the Tennessee Tech Public Programming Director, Elvis was booked to play the end of September. Fans as far as Japan wrote to Tennessee Tech for tickets to the performance. The negotiations for the performance were solidified on August 16th by a mailgram and phone. While Tennessee Tech was preparing its press release, they received the news that the King of Rock was found dead at 1:20 p.m. that very same day.
Garth Brooks even notes Cookeville as one of the 7 Tennessee locations that changed his music career. The legendary singer-songwriter cites a show in Cookeville as the location he was discovered following a 1990 show at Tennessee Tech's Hooper Eblen Center. We hope you enjoyed your tour, and we hope you can come see us in person sometime.
Our hours are Tuesday through Saturday from 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, and the admission is always free. So grab your parents and come on by.